Oh well, there's my sandwiches, my coffee, my brandy. I'm Hank Marvin. Well, I'm not actually. Imagine if you was, and every time you introduced yourself, they'd think, go and buy a Mars bar, you cheeky bastard. Now, look at him behind me. Buddy is actually chewing on a pig's ear. Buddy is Will's dog, and that's what Will gave me, a pig's ear. I couldn't eat a pig. I don't eat meat, actually. But I knew a pig. He was an actor. Bit of a ham, as they say. Used to tell tall stories. Always lying. Couldn't lie straight in bed. And yeah, he had his own show. And he was a police informant as well. Bit of a snout. But he had a problem. He had a bit of a impediment, speech impediment, and you know, in those days you'd get exploited for things like that. He was telling me that his friend Mr. Magoo used to get his scripts on Braille, and one day they gave him a cheese grater, and Mr. Magoo cut all his fingers to ribbons. That's really cruel, I think. So anyway, Porky would do his show, and at the end he'd go, and then he'd come on and go, that's all folks. Yeah, and then he'd be gone. And you know, there's no sort of diversity training those days. They made a good film. I went to Halifax to see it a couple of years ago, and it was about an English king. I think it was Edward. And Colin Firth played the king, and he had similar issues to Porky. And it was a brilliant film, but you know, I couldn't understand the title of that film. I watched that film and I thought, this has got nothing to do with fruit. And they called it The King's Peach. So anyway, I need to get this down me and get the pub, and then I'll leave him for 5 minutes just chewing on Porky's leg. Yeah, well, that's all folks. See, I wouldn't take the mick.